Hey guys, been a while, hasn't it? I have been trying to do reviews, but college came up and ruined my plans there. So me trying to do video reviews did do quite some time, did block, and also my review day got caught up with work, and then I was too tired for work, so I ended up couldn't do any reviews. But I left the work that I was working at, so I'm back now, guys, and this is one of my reviews that I have edited, and this will either be up first or whatever, because all of them have the same thing, saying, hey guys, sorry I've been gone so long and stuff like that. But I decided to do one big review, and instead of doing them as individual figures, I decided to do them as a set. And these are the Transformers Robots in Disguise build team set. Well, individual robots were sold separately along with as these guys were sold, but they were set as a more main pack in car robots. So that is something really cool, that these were sold in one set within the car robots line back in Japan as the Build King set. But in the US and Europe, these are known as the Build Team. We got Hightower, a name that ends up being mainly, I prefer Hightower being the Autobot crane than a Decepticon crane, even though his name has been transferred over to the Decepticons due to the lost rights of Hook. But I think Hasbro regained the name Hook now, so we might end up seeing a Hightower back in the Autobot ranks. I wouldn't even mind if they lost the rights to Grapple to even call Grapple Hightower. I wouldn't mind that, but no, they called him Grapple. I made him sound Kryptonian. But I wouldn't mind them just calling him Hightower. That's just me being picky. But then we've got Wedge, a character that I don't understand why he got given the name, but we have Grimlock here. And we also have Heavy Load. So I'm going to be doing two of these figures together because they pretty much share the same mold. But I will be doing two characters separately at the same time. So the first character I'm going to be doing is Wedge, and the three guys will be moved out of the way. So yeah, so we're starting off the set with Wedge here, and he's a bulldozer. He's an okay little guy. He does roll really nicely on his four little dinky wheels. He really does roll really well, and he is my favourite out of the lot. I don't know why, but I did really like his character in Robots in Disguise when I was when I was a kid back when it was airing, and I did really like this guy. Hence why he's my favourite in the toy. I've been wanting the build team since I was a kid, while I was working on buying the whole Ruination set. What Bruicus pretty much re-released Bruicus back in the day, but I've been trying to get these guys at the same time. But he's a really remarkable figure, and I do enjoy him quite a bit. He's my favourite character. He is my favourite character within the show because I relate to him much. But he's a funky little toy as well. He's got a nice transformation as well. The colour scheme is really nice as well. We have got like oranges and greys here, light greys and dark greys, some more light greys and dark greys here. Well, some nice detail. I don't know if you can see the detail, but there's a really nice detail there, and I do like it. Got some nice detail across here as well, if you can pick this out. Very nice detail as well. And that does look kind of nice. It does look cool. It does look cool. At the same time, we have got nice detail at the back, a little bit more of dark greys there as well. It does look kind of cool. I did like back in the RID days and some other days when they had to use translucent plastic. They literally did, back in the day, did try their best on matching the orange here on the windscreen bulldozer, like driver's seat section. Is all this area here is translucent plastic. They painted this area. Apart from this bit, this is actually plastic. I think it's a bit more dominant here, but if you take a look, they did try their hardest to try and match the orange with with the actual plastic orange. That I did really did like here, and it literally does really work well. This is back when Hasbro wasn't really lazy and sloppy and just tried their okayish best on matching the colours. But that's enough of the vehicle mode. Definitely the rolling works well, but the vehicle mode is really cool. So transformation wise, he's pretty much simple as well. What you want to do first is just separate the bulldozer bits. Just fold these down, well, up. They are on these little tabs here, and they just peg into these holes, so you just fold them up like that. Then you want to separate these sides and unpeg this bit. I'll show you what this guy does in a later part of the review. And then you want to just stretch these sections out and then rotate them round. Stretch and rotate them round. Next you want to come underneath here, fold these guys out so they are a little bit there, and then you want to just fold these guys around and down. Make the little feet, because these are also tabbed in these tabs and holes here, and this little thing likes to pop out. On my version, when I bought him that rollout, he just likes to pop out, so I always be careful when I was folding it. Then these form the legs, and I forgot to fold that in vehicle mode, but I could have left that in. I'll show you a little bit later. And then you want to grab here. These are like on hinges, and what you want to do is just bring these around to the side. So this little plastic bit here, it'd be a bit more better if I show you. This little plastic bit will become into an angle, so it makes it flush like a shoulder joint. You want to do the same here. You want to just bring that round so it plugs in. No friction, it's just a tight in lock. There's a little cap in there, but it's mainly held by friction, so you can still get some nice movements without that joint moving. Next, come to the back here. Fold this down. And then you can reveal the head like that. And yeah, you keep that bit up all times in this mode. So here we have Wedge in roll mode. You can peg this thing that was at the front of the bulldozer at the front. So we have got this guy, and he like I said, he is my favourite out of the lot. He's definitely my most enjoyable figure out of the set. And he is also my favourite character out of the set. I don't know why, he just has that feel to him. Head sculpt is really nice. I think I mentioned in my original review of this guy, but when I was working on them separately, they had a very Orion Pax, G1 Orion Pax-esque head. Even though the head's meant to represent like a bulldozer-like things, as you can see, these front bits are representing the bulldozer scoops. And then you've got some more little details on the side, but it looks more like an Orion Pax. If there's a customizer out there who specialises in recoloring plastic and everything, I would like to see a recolor of this guy as Orion Pax. So pretty much put him in prime colours, because it will so work for this guy. I don't know why, I just love to see this guy as an Orion Pax colour scheme. But he looks awesome, he does look really nicely done, and he is phenomenal. Articulation, he has got full ranges of motion in the shoulder there, goes in and out as well, and bends at the elbow and rotates at the elbow. What I find is really cool. I do like how his hand is part of the tread, so that is really nice. Leg articulation is forward and back, bends at elbow, well knee, goes in and out slightly, and waist articulation as well. Well, waist articulation, if you bring this down and have that down, it looks kind of odd. It really does. But he has got waist articulation, but I like to keep that up, so it's just hidden out of the way. This thing that was at the front of the bulldozer is really his gun. And you do see in the show, it is really nifty. It's like a crossbarrow blaster that you can shoot Decepticons with, and he's really cool. So that was Wedge. I'll go on to Grimlock next. moving on to the side. So here we have Grimlock. He is a digger, because you can literally do the motion of him digging, but he can't go all the way down, so you can't reach. And well, you could, but it probably put stress on. But he has got articulation in these bits, just to show you. And he can rotate round, and it does really roll. He's got a nice anime Autobot logo. I say anime because each time I type in the Autobot logo, always I see the white outlined Autobot logo being classed as the anime one, due to a lot of the anime cartoons apparently had a white background Autobot logo. Even most of the toys that are literally re-releases or repackagings in American packaging or Europe packaging, or the Japanese toys with slight colour changes, but they always kept this one. And until we got to Animated and Prime and the movie line, where they were silver Autobot logos and stuff like that. But it does look cool. It does look very nice. As you can see, we've got some details here in green of the markings of the treads. Got 4 little wheels again, so he can roll. Got like little copper bronzes, like murky colours around here. Some nice silvers. Nice bronze, like gold there as well. That really brings up a little nice detail. But he looks really, really cool. Underneath, it hides a lot. It hides the little connector peg. It hides a lot of the... He's my least favourite out of the car. Hurricane mode and in robot mode. He's just one of my least favourites of the guys, of the whole groups. He isn't really one of my favourites. But at the same time, he is one of my most dominant ones, shall I say, and that he does bring out a lot of characteristics, but to me, the name Grimlock isn't really worthy for him in the American... I don't know his Japanese name. If I know his Japanese name, then I'll be calling him his Japanese name, but because I don't know his Japanese name, Grimlock has to stick. But he's not a Grimlock. I can't see him as a Grimlock. He doesn't suit Grimlock. Grimlock, each time I think of Grimlock or say the name Grimlock, I'm thinking about the big dinosaur that breathes fire out of the mouth. Or go, me Grimlock don't care, me Grimlock king. No digger knows best about me Grimlock type character. Not this digger thing. The reason why I'm not doing the figures, the transformations separately in my reviews for editing is because I want to try and get this as short as possible so I can fit in Landfill as well, because I don't want Landfill to be a separate video. So I'm trying to go through these, hence why I got 2 reviews, the two molds going pretty much similar. Going separately in the detail, but showing off the transformations in both is pretty much pointless when they're similar transformation, apart from one detail that I will just show off that one detail. So, yeah, so transformation for Grimlock here is you separate the treads, you rotate the thing here around, take the scoop off, unhinge the arms, if can, just rotate them around, fold out the hands, just fold them out, and just release there. Come to the back here, lift this up, because how you need to transform this has to be lifted up, so just lift that up. Unpeg it from these 2 little slots here, and just rotate this around. Just fold this up as well, so that comes down. Bring that as well, just fold that down as well, so they end up somehow together. Don't know how, but there's meant to be a tab and... yeah, just get these together somehow so they just go like that. Then fold these little panels up here. Fold the head back, separate the sides, just fold this down, just fold this down, and then just rotate this around and just sit that to the back here. And then if you want to, I like to just stick this in the back of his head. Don't ask me why, I just like to stick on the back of his head. because I think it's meant to be at the back of his head. Then you want to come down here, pull these apart, rotate those forwards, separate the bottom parts of the treads separately, extend, well, don't extend them in robot mode, just have them there, extend that section again, do that, then rotate these treads to the sides, and rotate those to the sides. And there we have Grimlock in robot mode. Yeah, colour scheme wise, he's got an alright colour scheme. He has got the silvers, the greens is there, the much more bronzer look there. Got some green there, some more silver there. Not much other detail apart from the translucent again. Articulation is pretty much the weakest point here, definitely when it comes to the arms. His arms can rotate and go forwards, but not much back due to how the arms work. You can rotate it so it goes back like that, but it more got an elbow articulation joint as well, and it's mainly here that uses it, and it just looks god awful. It doesn't matter how you look at it, it just looks god awful. Then he has claws. The only other Transformer that I remember that actually has claws in a vehicle mode city type thing is Scorponok. And they do look Scorponok-esque. I don't know why. But yeah, he's got those. Legs, I think, is the most articulated place of the figure. You've got the forward and back motions. Slight in and out movements. Knee bends, rotations, and that's pretty much it. Head articulation as well. So yeah, he is my weakest out of the lot. So let's get to the last two. So, these are the last two guys. Hightower and Heavy Load. The transformation is really much similar and unique. I'll be showing most of the transformation to this until it comes to the head reveals a little bit in the transformation section. But at the moment, let's just take a look at Hightower a little bit because of his crane-like-esque vehicle mode. So let's just move him out of the way. He has a nice red crane, and he does look really nice. And yet again, this is some more showing some more of the painted area here of this bit is as trying to be as accurate to the plastic as possible. And in my camera, you can't really tell that much. Definitely with my new lighting system, but you can't really tell as much as it being here. And it does look really, really unique. You can lift up the crane. You can rotate as well. Well, sort of. Depends on where you peg it, because I don't know the official mode. So you can sort of rotate it, but not really. He has got a movable crane, and it can go up and down. The only thing I didn't like is how they decided to put a little bit of plastic there to stop the hook. So it's just a little... I could just remove that little bit of plastic and make that a proper flesh hook, but it'll be customized, and I don't want to damage this figure. But he has got a nice Autobot logo there. Another nice one there, but it's really, really nice. He rolls really well, as you can see. Got some nice silver as well around the rims. Some nice silver on the sides. Some nice orange headlights. Some nice silver again here by the steps. And some black across the bumper here and some more orange headlights. And it looks really, really, really cool as well. Got some nice little details here, but yeah. So coming back to Heavy Load, he is pretty much yellow. And yet again, we've got some yellow paint here by the cockpit area. That is meant to represent the plastic really well, and it does. He's one of the rare dump truck transformers that can actually dump his cargo. So that's kind of cool. He rolls really well. He's got some nice red tail lights and some nice blue headlights. It's got some nice black outlines here, some nice silvers as well. A nice big Autobot logo there, and some nice like fading orange here on the top of the scoop dump. But it looks really nice as well. Got some black on the sides, and that's really cool. So transformation for these two guys is pretty much thus. For him, you take off this section first, and they both extend the legs. So you extend them, and then you just fold the feet up. Get the heels down, like that. Get the arms from here. The only difference is the arms here, on him they get tabbed to the sides here, whereas these get pegged in there. And then just bring those around. Do the same here. Just bring that around and just rotate that bit around. So doing like that. So, but for the head reveals, this is kind of unique. For him, you need to rotate this all the way round. Fold that back, get this little peg hole and fold it down, and then you put the dump. I think you put it. You can then store the dump on the back, and then what you do here is rotate this around so this slides to stop this from coming up. And then you lift this panel down, and then you just lift that up to reveal the head. Hightower is kind of different. You want to lift the head up. Well, first off, you want to just fold it down to the, well, no. You want to peg it onto the back here. Then you want to grab this section. This then covers the connector port there, and that just covers, and then you just rotate the head. Then you can have standard. So here we have both Heavy Load and Hightower in their robot modes. As you can see, they do share a lot of similarities because of them sharing pretty much the same mold. I would say roughly the same mold, where I think he's borrowing the chest, I think, of Grimlock. Well, I think so. I don't pretty much sure. I don't think he is, but he has a similar design to Grimlock than he has. Because I can't see any similarities to it. Let's just take a look. No, I can't see any similarities to the chest here without trying to see underneath. But they are pretty much using the same body type. As you can see, they both have the same amount of articulation in the shoulders. Really much nothing. Bends at the elbow and rotates there as well. And bends at the wrist. Let's go forward and back. Out and in movement, bends at knees as well, both of them can. Foot pivots as well. But the difference in the feet is he's more like got squares and he's got like toes. He's got engraved toes there, but both of them do support the same heel system as well. Head scopes are pretty much, as you can see here, his is meant to represent a dumper. As you can see, definitely when it comes to the wheel there, and you can see a little bit of the front of the scoop there as well. He is definitely meant to represent a crane, but his is the only one that doesn't really represent his vehicle mode's head that much. It's unlike Grimlock's, where he has the whole big thing there as his thing. But yeah, these are literally, the articulation is pretty much the same in these guys, only the alternate transformations, just a little bit tweaks here and there, just to make them separate. These are my two second favourites. These are my second favourites out of the whole set, because Grimlock is definitely the weakest out of the four. But now we get to the combination. So this is where the combination starts to get a little bit more complicated. What I mean is the transformation, because I need to also show off the three modes: Hurricane, Cyclone and Typhoon. He forms Hurricane, he forms Typhoon, and he forms Cyclone. Unless he forms Cyclone, he forms Typhoon. I think that's right. Cyclone, Typhoon. But anyway, the transformation, the first mode that you do see him in the show is Hurricane mode. And so that's pretty much, these guys are the legs. He's the arms and he's the torso. So we pretty much need this guy, the twins. I'm calling them the twins because they share the same mode. And what you want to do here is just rotate the arm around, head back round, and just fold that back up. Oh, and I did forget to mention he has got a little gun stored right here. It reminds me a lot like RC's gun. I don't know why it reminds me of RC's gun in the movie, but it just reminds me of RC's gun. But that can just get stored right in there, just right in there, and then just get re-loosened up. So you want to just put that off to the side. Get this connector joint and just rotate that up. And literally all you want to do is just transform them now back into vehicle mode with that connection joint upwards. So you want to get the tabs here and just slide those in. Make sure you can peg them inside, so. And just, I'll say for pictures I've seen, I'll have them like that. Then you want to rotate this bit here and then rotate that down. And you'll see why in later on. And then you want to just bring this wheel down to form a foot. So we've got one leg foot. Here, we want to just take that off, put heavy loads head back, rotate it around, then lift this up, and then rotate it back around. Like so. Next, you want to just do the same again. Lift this up, fold the arm in, make sure you have these still at a slight angle so you can literally just peg these in, peg those out a minute, slide these in slightly, come to here, peg, slide that one in a little bit more, peg in. I don't know what to do with that there, and then you just pretty much just like Hightower, you just want to fold that up, rotate that around like so, then rotate this down, and rotate that down, rotate that down, rotate that down. And then, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Next, all you do is then slot these in and they lock into place. So we actually now have the legs, so we can just take those off. Just have this in a hole. And I'll say put it in that hole there. Scoop, you need that anyway, they become the main weapons. So then you want to get Grimlock. Grimlock is pretty much thus from robot mode anyway. And what you want to do here is just fold back in the arms. So they just go like that. Fold these down. Fold these back up. Fold that back up. Fold that down. And somehow manage to... I don't know why, but... Oh, I hate this. Make sure you fold this in and then this is why I hate Grimlock. He literally hates to be transformed back. Then you want to just separate the legs a minute. Separate, peg these back in. Just peg these back in. Then get the head here, just scoop that up and scoop that around, and then just have these like just sitting up like that. I don't know, it's whatever you want them to do. And then you want to have that up, bring these back like so. Yeah, just have these back like so. Make sure you have that around, so you've got that here. They just fly about. Then you just literally rotate these so they're reversed, and then you just fold in. Then you extend the feet because they act like wrists then, and then literally same thing again. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and then you just want to peg these in like that. And here we have the main body of Landfill. As you can see, he is a unique. This is a unique combiner. I think with this, he is literally. It is unique because we got a tri system. I call these a tri connectors, because these form like a triangle, and then you got a little circle with a triangle with square peg need to put that is coming from Wedge. But it's a unique transformation, and I literally do like it. It is a very, very, very unique transformation that I do like, and I do like to look at it. So next we just bring that back. Then we got to Wedge. Wedge, I think, is the easiest one to get into the main mode. Want to remove this? We will need this again shortly, but just move it out the side. You want to literally just fold these back, or you're transforming it back into robot mode. You pretty much are transforming it back into robot mode. Then you want to rotate them so they're like that. You want to fold this so this becomes like the front of the bulldozer again. Peg it into there and fold down the little foot. Well, yeah. Then do the same here and just peg that in, and then fold that down and in. Then what you want to do is lift this little joint down so that just pegs there. Get the head, just fold that in. We'll do the epic head reveal now. What you want to do is this little tri-peg goes into the hole there. But what you need to do is make sure the arms are out of the way. So you literally need to get it so it's in an angle. Then you need to rotate it, and then there's a peg on Grimlock that pegs into the hole in the back where you store the weapon. And then you want to bring in the arms back to the front. And then what you do here is then just flip out the head. If I can show it, yeah, just flip out the head. Close that. And then, to represent it being Landfill, well, hurricane mode Landfill, you want to get the little scoop and you just put it back there. Let's see if I can get him now. Extend the camera a little bit. So here we have Landfill, and he is a unique combiner. I do say this is hurricane mode Landfill because we've got Cyclone and Typhoon as the legs at the moment. But he is a very, very unique combiner. Definitely when you look at the back, it's really tidy how they made sure this is. They made sure that the vehicle mode is predominantly in the legs and stuff like that, and it's pretty much a unique way how they done this. And it does look articulation though really lacks. You got slight movement in the knee, in the legs here, and you literally have to be careful because they're using the connection joints. You got outwards movement as well. You got slightly in movement, and you got slightly knees as well, and slightly upper bicep swivel as well. But it's really hard to do because they're on those ratchet joints. Arms in this mode, you got forward and back. Grimlock leg out and in movement, but you got elbow movement and you got little finger movements, so that's cool. Head though, you got rotation at the head, and this is where the head is unique. Let's take a look at the head. Let's take a look at the head a little bit more. Let's just bring it up. Let's bring the camera up. Let's bring the camera up. And let's just focus on the head. Let's just focus on the head. It's literally got parts of all the vehicle modes on the head. You got the diggers things down the bottom here. you've got like wheels there, and you've got pretty much cockpits and that everywhere. That looks really, really cool. But yeah, I say this is, I think, not my favourite mode, because we don't need to see that bit. He is not my favourite mode. I'll get to the other modes now, so we can wrap this up, because then I need to edit it anyway. But anyway, let's get to, I'll say, Typhoon mode next, and that's pretty much thus. Typhoon mode is pretty much you want to move out the arms of Grimlock and peg Wedge, or yeah, the torso. Just put the torso on the sides. Wait a minute. You do put this there to make it, you peg it in like that to form the like a crotch piece. You can use these as weapons here as well on Grimlock, but I want to show it off a little bit more in a bit. So you want to unpeg the tri-section. Now, Grimlock here, you need to unpeg that and literally now transforming completely this whole body section back into robot vehicle mode. That's literally what you need to do. Just get it into vehicle mode. That's all you need to do. Just get that into vehicle mode. I like that. And then you want to just unfold the connection joint. So you want to fold that out. And then, because he's going to form this leg that heavy load is, you want to keep that around. Rotate the screw area. And then just rotate that. Yeah. Then you got that. And next, you want to fold these in. Just peg these back into where they were. And I'm having trouble getting these bloody bastards in. Sorry for my foul language. Kids are meant to be watching this review as well. I'm trying to keep my reviews kid friendly, and it seems like I'm not going to get them to be kid friendly. Then you just rotate this and peg it in. Do the same back here. Just want to make sure that everything's pegged in. And then just fold that around. Rotate that. Well, rotate it there. And then just somehow manage to peg it. And then you just manage to unpeg it on the other side. I like to keep these extended, so there. And for heavy load though, we just rotate that around, fold that to the other side, fold the foot back up, and fold that down. Then we connect these two together, because you want to keep these I like to always keep them in an angle-like substance. So now that we got the new leg set up, we want to then come back to do the new body setup. So you want to take that off. You want to have these folded down like so. Fold these up, down more, so they form like some kind of hands. Then you want to extend them, rotate these around and down, rotate these and down, rotate these around, and then just extend them that, and then just bring these down as well. I like to make sure that they're always on an angle, so they have some sort of shoulders, and then I just want to move those, and then you get this. Peg that, make sure this is turned around, and that, and then you want to just rotate that so that's actually down. And then do the same as Hightower here, and then you just peg that in. I'll say I like to peg this in here. Yeah, I like to peg this in here. so it has somewhere to go when it's in cyclone mode. And then you want to do the same as you did before, but this time, instead of using that big gaping hole there, because for Grimlock with his pegs, you've got 2 pegs here, and this time you've got 2 holes for those indication pegs that just slide. So you just put that back into thing, then just rotate these to the hole here, and then you want to make sure that this leads up to a little bit like that. And then you just peg these in, and then you just move the arms to the bottom here, and there we have. And before I forget, again, rotate these down, and you peg it back into place like you did it in vehicle mode. There. So now we have him in, I'm saying, cyclone mode. I did forget something. That goes onto the back here, I like always having the crane pieces and whatever mode they always represent on the top there. So we have got this mode. So yeah. But articulation pretty much the same as before. These got a little bit more out in movement and got a very hard elbow joint, but you got some motion there. Same head articulation, same feet articulation, so it's not much out of a 4-figured configuration, but it's there. It's unique at the same time, and it's there. And you can tell the colours are red. I went through the colour scheme, so you got the colour scheme through the individual figures, and it's just a blend of random colours. But it's there. It literally is there, and it's just, you can have this on there, you can put the weapons on there, but I want to show off the weapons mainly in the next mode, so that's when I think he's better off with it, with the weapons. So, Typhoon mode. So you want to unpeg those. By the way, if I get these names wrong, don't blame me. Blame TF Wiki, because that's where I remember the names from. So if I got them wrong from even on TF Wiki, remember them from TF Wiki, then blame TF Wiki. And then you want to just rotate, unpeg him because he's the arms. Rotate him around like so, and then rotate this around like so, and then rotate that. Oh, no, you keep that there. Rotate that. Yep. What we did? Nope. Yeah. You got something like that to represent legs. Yeah. And then this piece of mess. You guessed it. Take that off again. Reform. Reconstruct. Hey, these can be the Autobots Constructicons. Well, Constructobots. I'm not calling them the building, I'm calling them the Constructobots. Thumbs up if you like the name. Yeah, the Constructobots. I do like that name. These guys are going to be now my Constructobots. Not the Constructicons, Constructobots. Build team? Yeah, build team. Yeah, yes, I know. I prefer Constructobots. Constructobots. How I love Constructobots. Remember to lift this back up, lift that around, and rotate that around, and then rotate that around, and then down. And then sure that you have all that. Just peg that in somehow, and then reconnect those, put that to the back, and with him, it's pretty much the same as I had his arms wrong. Well, his hands are meant to be on the back, but I don't care. Right then, unpeg these so I don't pull them off. Extend those down. Thanks to how he transforms, I'll just show off this mode here. Show off this, there. Then just separate those like you did on Hightower, rotate those down. Then you just bring that around. Then I'll say this, I'll just rotate that back. I'll just rotate that back. Take that around, down like that, and then you want to just bring that up, rotate that around, put that down, fold that down, and then I'll say that's it. I'll rotate that back. Well, and that's it. You can store the dumper there for this mode, but I don't want to. And that's pretty much it. And then you do the generic peg system in there, and then you move the arms out of the way, and then you get wedge again, and then you just peg it around, and blah de blah de da, and then you just peg it on. Peg it. There. Then you got the new arms here. Put that down. Yet again, because he uses the same mode as heavy load, the feet are the same. Nothing different. Arms, because it's heavy load, same mold sort of as Hightower, same articulation. But I am doing a new type thing I made. You can have this on its own as a side shield when you have it as Hightower has arms. But what I like to do when it comes to this, I like to, and this is not really out. Oh, maybe it is. I like to get these two, do that, connect them together, and because this is a weapon that is mainly used in combined mode, I just like to make this whole arm here as a gun. Like that. So he has a little bit more of a weapon, everything. And then with him, I do the same. I rotate this thing around, rotate that down, and then just lift up the gun here, like so. Lift it all the way around. And if you want to, you can just have the head just there, just there, just floating. Well, no, not just floating, you just hold it. And then with it, you just peg it there as well. And then you've got a shield claw grabber thingy with a laser cannon. So yeah, you can get him into nice sort of poses with him holding these. I do like the combo here. That I don't know if other people thought of this combo. Either I remembered it from a different review and I don't remember actually, and I can't remember where, or I just thought of combining it like that because I just find it cool, and it does look cool when it's in this mode. Because I always thought of heavy load as the strong build protective type, so him having like a shield or the weapon built onto it is kind of cool, and this is what this is, a shield building onto a weapon. I'm sorry that this video did seem a little rushed. It was a last minute review and I literally haven't got no type of way to put it together or upload at the moment, so it's a little bit rushed. I might be editing bits out or stuff like that, but I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy this kind of video. Yeah, this is literally has been a video, and I'm really happy that I did bring it to you guys. It is a video review I have been doing for a while, but I haven't been doing reviews for a while. But it's there, and I do enjoy it. And this has been the video review for Transformers Robots in Disguise, Landfill, the build team, or like I like to call them, the Constructor Bots, because they are construction vehicles. They are pretty much the Constructor Bots, the Autobot versions of the Constructicons. So yeah, these are the Constructor Bots, and I still want to see a repaint of Wedge as Orion Pax. The head is perfect for it. I don't know if other people did not see it. I see it as an Orion, as a good way to have an Orion Pax. And then, yeah, Orion Pax is right there. Cut out all the combination part. Well, mainly just cut out that peg and make that into one single piece that covers in the back, just so a slight remold. And then you got a perfect Orion Pax as a bulldozer. So this is an opportunity here, Hasbro. If you're watching this, if anybody works at Hasbro and they're watching this, here's a good opportunity. Re-release Wedge as an Orion Pax figure in the Generations line. He is perfect for it. But yeah, this has been the review for Landfill, and I'll see you next time for whatever review I see next, or do next. So yeah, bye bye for now. This has been Jazzimus Rider. See you next time. Bye.